All right.
All
let's
right.
do it.
Finally, the three of us are back. The three of us are back. The whole cast is here. Yeah. How's it going, guys? How's life? Justin, you just said your baby peed through everything he's wearing,
good.
so that's good.
MJ's getting sleep. That makes me happy.
That's true. Yeah,
I look like a
congratulations.
freaking crypt keeper. I'm pale, got bags under my
Unbelievable.
eyes.
Yeah,
It's
it's
brutal.
I mean, yeah. A lot of games to get into, boys. So let's just kind of we'll jump right in here. Justin, before we start though, can you read off our records? You've been the record keeper as well as the crypt keeper.
Yeah, let me look. All right. So
see how
Are you
we're
still
all
doing the
here.
records stupidly instead of just putting it all together?
That locks one. I don't know what
so
happened.
Freaking
yeah,
dumb.
it's real dumb. It's real dumb. I'd have to look at the locks here. I'd have to add them up. I don't know what I was doing. But
you'd have Ryan do it.
Yeah, so I'm leading college football barely. So I'm 11-9. Kevin's 10-9-1. Ryan's 10-9-1. MJ's 9-10-1. So we're all in the same.
Oh, all right, we're all right there.
College.
That is not as bad as I thought it was going to be because last week I got my head handed to me.
No.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
NFL, I'm 7-8. Actually, Kevin, I guess you're technically the best. So Kevin's 7-7-1.
How is this possible? I've lost so much money.
Because you're not betting the games that you do on here.
You never bet what you pick, Kevin, ever.
If you actually bet what you pick, I bet.
Dude, that one weekend,
as God is my witness.
Wrong.
Yeah.
You got
God
two
is my
wrong
witness.
out
I will
the whole
bet
weekend, and you didn't bet one of them.
I'll bet every pick that I say here. Promise. But yeah. But yeah,
I will going forward.
And then MJ, you're 4-10-1 in NFL. And Ryan's 5-9-1. I have to take that.
Well, that's like every time Kevin sends his picks to his bookie, the bookie looks at it and goes, what is this? But it's what he asked for. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Mizzou.
The bookie's very confused most of the time.
Yeah. Well, this guy also just lost $100 at the blackjack table this past weekend with his dad. So
oh, you had to pay your dad to sit next to you? That's cute.
No kidding.
But yeah, and then the locks.
Wow, I think there's more to dive in on that. But
yeah.
The reaction tells me that we should dive into that more.
Yeah, seriously.
No, my dad played two hands at the blackjack table because he hasn't played table games since like in 1982. So he's always over at the slot machines. And he's like, I'll come over and sit next to you. And he lost both hands.
Good man. That's how it's done.
$10 buy-in, lost them.
All right, I got the locks now.
Okay.
So
you want to start with games of the week? Or no, you got the locks record. Sorry.
Yeah, locks record. So for college, I'm 3-3. Kevin's 3-3. MJ's 2-4. And Brian, it looks like is, if I'm not mistaken, 1-5. 1-5. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh man.
Is 1-5. And then
Ryan's locks have been struggling.
But then on the other side, Ryan's 4-1 in NFL locks. I'm 3-2. Kevin's 2-3. MJ's 2-3. So
we're all very close except for NFL. I am just garbage.
Yeah.
I mean, in your defense, the NFL has been ridiculous to bet this year.
The amount of games that I've thought I've had in the bag, and then a 17 to 25 point comeback takes place in the second half.
Yeah. That Raiders Chiefs game. I mean, all of it just nuts.
I'm 47% in college this year. Like in my actual, like what I'm betting, like these picks plus my other ones. Not bad.
God.
33-37.
Well, let's get into it. We're going to start with the college football. Our games of the week here. The first one, number 10, Penn State, and number 5, Michigan. Michigan is -7, over under 52.5. Justin, what's your pick?
Let me just go back because I was in between. I almost picked the over, but last week I got screwed with a bunch of Big Ten overs. So I went, I think we went across the board, but I went Penn State +7, even though I'm not a big Penn State fan. I feel like this will just be, one of those early, it's a noon kickoff, right? I think it is.
It's an early game. Yeah.
Yeah. So it has all of the makings of nobody scoring for like 2.5 quarters. So I think that Penn State will keep it close. Michigan should win, but I don't know. well, Michigan really didn't play anyone this year so far. So
Yeah, I don't think Michigan is a true number 5. Like they haven't done enough to show me that they are. There's Danielle.
Yeah, hey, Danielle.
But yeah, we all have PSU +7, and I agree with you, Justin. I think it's going to be a low scoring game, and Penn State always likes to show up to play Michigan, and the other way around. But
Who
they
did Michigan
love to play spoilers.
Michigan
the big
struggled
house,
against
so.
Indiana last week. Like,
Yeah,
they're
I
struggling against
know.
Basil.
They're struggling against Connor Basil. Yeah,
Well, wait,
Connor Bazelak.
in their defense, their running back coach collapsed on the sideline.
Okay, fair.
That would throw some people off.
I don't know. I didn't.
Justin
see
has
him
no
running
heart,
for
so
any
he's
yards
like-
in the other game.
He's like, oh, yeah, you have no heart. You're the most heartless human being.
if that's me and my coach dies on the sideline, I'm like, huh. Well then,
Oh my God.
what's he coaching?
Terrible.
Run fast. Blake Corum's goated anyway.
yeah.
So
Yeah. Ryan also has Penn State +7. I'm sure he probably echoes some of our reasons here. MJ, why did you pick Penn State +7?
I'm on the bandwagon. Michigan's played no one. I don't think Penn State's going to win, but I think it's going to be very close. They always play them tough, and this has always been Harbaugh's biggest criticism is he can't win these games. It's the Michigan.
true.
Well, this year Michigan State's not anything, but it's usually the Michigan State, Penn State, Ohio State games. He can't win those. So, and again, Penn State for the first time in a long time has not one premier back, but 2. And our lines looked very good and our defense has looked good. So I'm excited to see this game because the quarterback situation for Michigan is just.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
always is.
which is funny because he was actually like looking really good at the beginning of the year because they were playing tomato cans, and now they played like a half.
I mean,
okay
last
defense
week
in
that
Indiana.
game was
Yeah.
4-point game until midway through the third,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they went on a bit of a run because it was Indiana they played last week or Minnesota. Indiana
Yeah.
just started
Indiana.
turning the ball over.
Shocking. The next game, number 3 Alabama, they're -7 versus at number 6 Tennessee, over under 65. Justin, what do you got?
I got it late, so the over under ended up being 66. So I picked the over.
Okay.
I don't know that Bryce Young's playing. I don't know that it really matters. I think that they're gonna put up points on each other kind of regardless. The running situation in Tennessee, running and passing, is good. And then on Alabama, they have sneaky, like one of the best running backs in the country back there too. So I think they're going to put up points regardless here. And yeah, I like the over.
I have Tennessee +7. I think they're going to be one of the teams that makes a real push for the college football playoff. I think they've shown a lot this year. They've got a lot of talent, and we always know that when Tennessee's at home, that's one of the craziest places in college football. They're definitely going to want to play spoiler to Alabama, and I think that this could be something they could cover. And I almost took Tennessee money line here. I really like them in this matchup, especially if Bryce Young doesn't play. If Bryce Young doesn't play, I think Tennessee's got a shot to win this thing outright. But I got them covering +7. MJ.
I'm the same with you. I took them +7. I think I'm with you. I think this is Tennessee's year to make a great push. Usually, was it 2 years ago when they went on that, like they lost like their first 4 games embarrassingly, and then they won everything else the rest of the year. No, they look great.
Yeah.
This might be the one time, according to DraftKings, where I bet on Tennessee and it might win. So they will be in a bet this weekend.
Oh
But yeah,
no, they're doomed.
sorry guys. I'm 0-15 when betting on Tennessee.
Oh no,
Blacklist them.
No,
Blacklist.
Bryce Young plays. I think Alabama rolls. I really do.
Interesting.
But that's a quick turnaround from that injury. So if he can get popped
Very
in the
true.
first quarter, that could change a lot.
You mean
Ryan
could have
also
been
has,
Steelers quarterback, but they picked Kenny Pickett instead the year before Bryce Young?
I got no problem with Pickett. Leave him out of this. Over
You
65.
guys are awful.
We are. Over 65 is what Ryan's got. Let's move on to
He said
the
if
next
Young
one.
plays.
Number 16 Mississippi State, at number 22 Kentucky. Justin, you didn't put the line here.
It's 4.
You put the over under.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mississippi State's favored by 4.
Okay. Over under 46.5. The three of us have the over. Ryan's got Kentucky +4. Justin, why do you like the over here? And it's 49 now, I guess.
It's 40. It moved that's the thing. Like I put these in on I think I put these in on Tuesday this week. So literally
Sure,
it was
it's
like
gonna
2 days
move.
ago, and it's already bumped
Yeah.
up almost 3
Is
points,
Levis
which is
playing?
crazy.
Because if he does, I
Depending.
think
It
Kentucky
depends.
roll. I think Kentucky rolls.
Yeah, could be. I
Yeah,
don't.
I like them a
just
lot more
Wait,
for
what-
sure.
Yeah, I think Kentucky rolls if Levis plays.
Yeah, I like Mississippi State's offense. Kentucky's defense is probably one of the best they've played so far, other than A&M, and they put up points on A&M. So
But I'm kind of with you,
State-
Justin, about what you've said about Kentucky in the sense of like they're almost kind of a fake news team. Like I want to sit here and be like, I really think Kentucky's actually a contender this year, but they're once again just kind of like in kind of close games and not pulling out.
In that, I think
the
in
best.
that Florida game, I think they played them week 2, and it was right after Florida came off the win against Utah, and Florida was ranked like they went from like unranked to like number 10, like in the week there. And I remember Kentucky was beating them, and I'm like, Florida's a fake news top 10 team. And
I wildly disagree there.
And I was like, Kentucky is going to beat Florida, which they did. And then they're also going to be a fake news top 10.
You're saying Florida was a fake top 10
like
team.
Florida was a fake
I think
top 10 team.
I
And I don't
think
think Kentucky's top 10.
I think they are. I mean, both all SECs, all the top SEC schools have had very close games for no reason this year. I mean, Georgia almost blew it to Missouri, for Christ's sake.
Oh, that lost me like so much money. I don't even want to talk about how much money, but the very next day I doubled down and put like a bunch on a parlay that hit and won all my money back. Plus
when I tell you every fan was ready to jump over the walls at Faroe going into the fourth quarter.
They look so bad.
Georgia, they looked bad against Kent State and Missouri. They should be lower ranked than they are.
I think honestly the most dominant team is if Alabama has Bryce Young, it's Alabama. And then it's this pains me to my core to say this out loud. It's Ohio State.
They're just quietly wrecking teams. Like,
And
I feel like no one's talking about them.
No, they're not. Well, that's because
Jackson
they're
Smith-Njigba's been
expected.
hurt
They're no one's talking about them because they've had no big injuries and they're expected to do what they're doing.
Yeah.
I think that's why. Like let's get to the college playoff because they're going to be there.
CJ Stroud's insane.
Ryan's the only one that didn't take the over. He's got Kentucky +4, also with a qualifier if Levis plays.
He's got to stop doing that.
I know. It's like they don't let you do that on the sports books. Ryan.
No. That's not how this works.
You had your bet on the quarterback. All right, the NFL slate. Cardinals -2.5 at the Seahawks, over under 51. Justin, me, and MJ also all have the over again. Justin, why did you go with the over?
I got the over at if you haven't taken it yet, take it now because it's a half point under. But 50.5. I just think the Seahawks were in a shootout with the Saints last week, and Saints have a decent defense. Geno Smith is literally a better quarterback than Russell Wilson. They got out of Russell Wilson's contract, got barely anything back for him, and are better.
Quote me. That will go down as one of the worst trades in NFL history.
Just robbery.
It might, especially with that money
they gave
involved.
up 3 first rounds and $250 million to what are they, 2 and 3?
Yeah.
1 and 4.
Yeah, and those 2 wins have not looked good.
No, they're so bad. But yeah, and then the Cardinals, they can put up points. They didn't put up points last week because they played the best team in the NFL, the Eagles, but they can put up points too. So I think that
I almost went Cardinals -2.5 here. I mean, I all the credit in the world to Geno Smith. He's been playing great. I think the Cardinals have much more firepower on offense, which is why I could have gone with them on the line here. But
is Hopkins
I
back
also
yet?
think that both
next week.
What's that?
Next week. Then I'd
Guess
say
who gets him back?
I'd say they're pretty evenly matched on offense.
MJ, by the way, in fantasy, we're both 5-0.
Yeah, that's because I'm dominating our league.
You're dominating, and I'm getting so lucky.
I am so much better than everyone in our league. It is insane. How did you guys let me get Chubb, Henry, and Jacobs?
Well, Jacobs was a question mark for
what
sure.
are you talking? He's crushing it.
Well, yeah, now.
I picked him up as a flex player.
I have the over as well, just because I think that like you said, Justin, I mean, both these teams can score over this. I think it's going to be a letdown on defensive performance. So a lot of offense here. MJ, you also got the over. Same
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of reason.
same thing. I mean, the Seahawks have been in 2 shootouts the past 2 weeks, because I think it was Detroit before the
Mhm.
Saints, right?
Yeah.
And that was what, 48-45 or 38-35? Yeah, there's zero defense going to be played in this game. It's going to be great. I
Yeah.
think the Cardinals go down big early and make a push at the end.
Ryan's got Seahawks money line. He's going with the
Ooh, the
the
big
home
dog.
team,
That's going
so,
to be part of the
yeah.
big dog, I would imagine.
The one that hasn't hit
I
yet.
actually love that as part
It
of the
will.
big dog.
It will hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trust in
Dude,
the big dog.
it hits at least twice a year, I feel like. So
If you question the big
I'm-
dog, it might just be that you're not a big dog.
yeah, you gotta
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
You gotta be in the chat where Ryan sends all the old. You remember the Big Dog T-shirt brand? He
Yes.
sends a bunch of pictures, just like can't swim with the big dog, stay out of the ocean. Like it's just all these ridiculous. Big
Dude, that
dog
clothing brand
t-shirts.
was fantastic. All right, next pick.
Big dog.
The Bills -2.5 going to Kansas City over under
This
54.
is so stupid.
It's gonna be a great game.
No, the game's gonna be fantastic. That
yeah.
line is dumb.
Well, we'll talk
Dumb.
about it in a sec here. Justin, what do you have?
I have over 54 just because I'm rooting for points. Remember when you missed literally the best game of all time
Yeah,
last
I
year,
did.
Kevin?
I was working.
He was working,
Yeah.
and he came back and he's
Yeah.
like, "What happened?" I'm like, 31 points after the 2-minute warning. That's what happened. Like, that game was insane.
The
But
Flyers
yeah,
are up 3-1. Ah,
greatest team of all time. But yeah,
no.
Bills Chiefs over. It's just got the over juice. Dude, the Bills, I was joking about the Eagles. The Bills offense looks insane. It's so good. I don't know what happened in that Miami game that they played, but other than that, they've looked like so unstoppable. Kevin would know because Gabe Davis just
Yep.
gaped
Thanks.
his defense.
We're good. We're good.
200 yards last
You
week.
would
Thank
say that
you. All
he
right.
drug his cleats across their face.
I've
Yes,
got
his Cletus.
I've got the Bills -2.5. I've got the Bills -2.5. I hate you so much. The reason I'm going with the Bills here is precisely because of the line. I think if it's 3, I'm maybe going a different direction here, but I love the fact that it's Bills -2.5 here. Going with it. I think that the Bills are the better team. I think that the Chiefs definitely showed a lot of their weaknesses against the Raiders. I know they came back and pulled out the win, but they showed a lot of weakness in some areas there that I think the Bills can take advantage of. Going with Buffalo here, and I think mainly it's because they killed us last week. So
I think mainly it's because you're wrong, first off.
You
Second
guys
of
all
all, if
bet
you're,
them
if
plus
you're basing
14.
it off the Steelers game, that's
I'm not.
good work.
Trust me, I'm not.
I think this is the second time in Patrick Mahomes' career he's been the underdog at home. And I think the first time was his first ever start. So that
Interesting
should
stat.
say something right there. For some reason, no team in the NFL has thought it's necessary to guard Travis Kelce. I can't
Yeah.
figure that out.
Don't you
The
think
Raiders-
after 2 touchdowns, you're like, hey, let's like just make
He
anyone
got
else
more
beat
and
us?
more open. He got
Yeah.
more and more. The most difficult catch was the first one.
Yeah.
Like,
It's so stupid. It's like,
Oh.
who else were you guarding? Were you guarding Juju
no,
or
you're not guarding
Marquez
Juju.
Valdez?
Stop.
Yeah,
Stand- like,
Juju was
No,
a
and
mess.
the other
in
big
that
thing
game.
is the Bills are still missing. Is Hyde back yet? I don't think he is. They're still missing 3 people on defense due to injury. That's the scary
Oh.
part about the Bills. I will say the Bills overall are a better team, but right now, in this instance, the Chiefs have the mental win over them. They've dominated them every time. Like they just always come out at the end. Patrick Mahomes looks somehow better than he did in previous years with, I'd argue, less weapons. I think that the reason I took the Chiefs money line is because of the Bills defense being hurt and the fact that no one can guard Travis Kelce. I mean, what made that game close last week was Edwards-Helaire not doing anything.
Yeah.
He was awful.
Thanks to my same.
Yeah, I know.
parlay.
I lost a bet because of it.
I missed my same game parlay. I had Devontae
Yeah.
Adams in every single touchdown parlay I had throughout the weekend. They didn't hit. That night, I take Devontae Adams out and put Hunter Renfrow in. And of course, he gets 2 touchdowns.
Well, boys, it looks just as bad. So if I just pulled up the score bug for the Washington at Chicago, it is still 0-0 in the second quarter. Wentz is 3 of 5 with 40
shoot.
yards. Justin Fields is 4 of 7 with a pick.
You already hit one leg of your bet, though, by the way.
Khalil Herbert, he's got 64. Let's
He had
go.
one run, 64 yards.
Let's go.
I hope he keeps getting tackled for loss.
MJ, something that I've been doing that's been winning me a ton of money is in these Thursday night football games, I bet the under. And then when it's inevitably going way under, I bet the live under, and then I do it again. I just keep betting the live unders whenever I can get
I was
them.
going to say, yeah,
Dude, I
like
can't
100
wait until the
times.
week that we do this cast and you're in a different room because your house is in foreclosure.
Dude, I've never lost on.
He's in his car.
I can't wait for Lisa to open the door one day and there's just a thing from the sheriff's department that your house is going up for sale. What's this? Oh, I have no idea.
Everything's on auto pay, so I would never know.
I would never know.
Until they drug
I'm kind
me
of
out
that way
my
with my
house.
bills too, though. I have most of them on auto pay onto the credit card, and then I just pay it off at the end of the month.
I'd have no idea, but yeah, I did the same thing, MJ, for the Iowa Illinois game. I think their under was like started out at 36, and I did it at 36, and then I got it at 28.5, and then I got it at 22.5, and they scored 12 points the whole game. No, 15,
Yeah, I think
because
I'm
they
gonna have
kicked the
to
field goal
start
at the
doing
end.
that.
The thing
Well,
is,
Ryan-
you definitely have to watch the game though, because you have to get the feel for the game. Because I used to do it in NBA without like just kind of like watching Gamecast in bed, and I always got boned with that. So you have to watch the
Ryan
game.
also-
see Lisa waking up and you're in tears laying
Yeah.
next to her.
I didn't know it was like this.
Ryan agrees with you, MJ. He went with the Chiefs money line as well. Final NFL game here: Cowboys at Eagles. Eagles minus 6.5.
Go Birds.
Over under 42.5. We all went with the over here.
No,
I'll
I
start
didn't.
here just by saying yeah, you have the over.
No, he
sir.
went the
Oh
under.
no! Oh, I'm sorry.
God,
you
learn
have
how
the
to
under.
read. This is
Whoa.
what drives me nuts. I thumb up your messages in our chat. And you're like,
Okay,
"Oh, MJ,
I have
why
something to
didn't you
say about
respond?
that.
MJ,
I have
why
something to
didn't you
say about
respond?"
that.
Yeah.
Hold on. For some reason, when you do that, I don't get a notification when there's a reaction. I
You
get
don't
one when
need a
you-
notification. It just says it right there.
but I'm not looking at the thread, is
Oh.
my point. But if I get a message that says, like, MJ sent an image, then I'm like, he sent the receipt. All right, we're good. Anyway, sorry. But yeah, so 3 of us have the over. I think the Eagles are by far the best team in football. I can't believe I'm saying that, but they absolutely are. There's no denying it. I think that they've got the most complete team going right now. I think they're playing
And
to
we
all
have
their
the
strengths.
easiest schedule.
And
going
you do have the
forward.
easiest schedule, but you also have something that you haven't had like the past 80 years, and that's health. The Eagles have been healthy so far. All the guys on your list this week that were injured, all practiced. You had did not practice this week. So
Good stuff.
that's
And
really
it's
huge.
amazing what happens when you draft or trade for a
Correctly.
receiver
Yeah.
that's big and strong and can run down the field. It's just mind blowing what happens when you don't get a small guy that when he gets hit gets injured or can't catch. Like when you get a tall guy or a strong guy that can go up and high point the ball or take a hit, it's incredible what happens. It's almost like we whiffed on that for 4 straight years. I don't know.
But it's okay now. In Howie we trust.
This being said,
I
said,
hate him so much.
NFC East games, I mean, kind of like AFC North games, they're always going to be close. So I don't think the Eagles cover the line here. I think that the Cowboys make this interesting, but I do think it hits the over. I think that both teams can score over that amount. The defenses are going to be the weakest part, even though the Eagles have had great success on defense all year. It's going to be an offensive show, I think. So, and 42 is kind of a low total, in my opinion. So, Justin, why do you have the over?
It is. MJ has the right pick.
I'm ready to dismantle everything you just said.
Yeah, MJ has the right pick. I just went against it because I just think that I don't know. I think it could be a little bit of a shootout because I think Cooper Rush is a better quarterback than Dak Prescott. So I think
I do too.
I'm more
I do
worried.
too.
I'm more worried playing Cooper Rush than I am Dak. Like I'm actually
I agree.
more worried. He's actually looked very good. He manages the game well. He's doing everything they ask of him. And then on the running side, Zeke, he's been inefficient. He ran like 23 times for like 80 yards last week, but they're committed to the ground game. In the Eagles, every now and then they have so many big guys up front, but for some reason they just let people run on them sometimes. But yeah, so I'm going over because I hate the over. Like I think the under is the right play there. And it's prime time unders. You know, I've been betting prime time unders, but since I hate it, I love it. Over 42. Go ahead, MJ.
MJ,
You guys are all morons. I
Deal
just
with
wanna
that.
I just want to
logic.
state that right now. You're all dumb. And here's why. The only reason the Cowboys have won, 4 straight is because of their defense, not their game managing quarterback, because of their defense. The reason they destroyed the Rams' soul last week was because their defense. No one is worried about Cooper Rush. Also, Dak Prescott is 7-3 versus the Eagles. So I don't know why you would prefer Dak.
I prefer Dak.
No, not at all. Not at all. That would be an offensive shootout. Cooper Rush is a game
Cooper
manager.
Rush is undefeated against the Eagles. So
he's averaging 17 points a game.
Have you thought about that?
So I don't know why
0-0.
I don't know why anyone's taking the over in this. It's going to be the Eagles offense versus the Cowboys defense.
But
whoever's going to score is going to come from one of those. That looked awesome. Whoever's going to score is going to come from one of those two. I can't believe anyone's taking the over.
Me neither, which is why 11, it makes sense.
11 is going to get to Jalen Hurts. There's no doubt about it. He's going to.
But here's what doesn't matter there. That's what I was just going to say. Here's what doesn't matter there. You finally have a quarterback that's probably the most athletic in the league. This guy's going to make plays with his feet.
That's not true either. That's not true.
Yeah, it absolutely is true. He's super athletic.
You're going to say he's more athletic than Lamar Jackson.
Yes, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
He's not more athletic than
he is a far more complete quarterback than Lamar Jackson.
That doesn't make you more athletic, Kevin. That makes you a better quarterback.
I mean, throwing the ball is also part of being an athlete.
He's also not better than he's not a better quarterback than Josh Allen.
No, I don't think
he's more athletic than Allen.
I love Hurts for our offense.
I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback, but we all need to slow down here.
Yeah. I think I'd rather it's so fun to watch him.
Have you not looked at the fantasy points this man has been putting up?
I have.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
But he's I like him because when he runs, he has this weird slow-mo fall where like there's never a time he takes a hit and you're like, oh God, he's hurt. Like it's always just kind of like he gingerly falls to the ground. So
I'm saying Jalen Hurts is going to be the reason that this turns into what it is. I think that Cooper Rush also is a better passer than Dak Prescott. We've seen that so far. So if they're going to throw the ball,
you're going to say that over 4 games.
I'm ready to put Cooper Rush in the Hall of Fame. Undefeated Cooper Rush.
My point is, they're going to throw the ball down the field. They're going to get some touchdowns. It's going to go over. I'm telling you.
Going over. Because it's supposed to go under. It's going over.
Yeah. All right. Ryan also has the over. And Ryan's always right. Except
no, he's not.
I know. All right. So October is one of those cool months where every sport basically coincides. So
I hate that you're forcing baseball on me.
Shut up. You're the one who's been watching every Phillies playoff game.
I told you if I won our fantasy baseball league, which I did without watching a single game except one in person. I won our MJ. I don't know if you know this.
Wait, you went to a game this year?
I went to a Pirates game when I was in Pittsburgh. Yeah. So I failed that. I said that I was going to come into the league without watching a single baseball game. I did watch one, but other than that, I won the entire league. I am the preeminent baseball mind in our group.
Yeah. Shut up, you're a moron.
And then I decided to watch every Phillies playoff game.
All right.
What?
All right. I
have to jump back to this.
No.
Cooper Rush is going to throw it downfield. He has 800 yards through 4 games and 4 touchdowns. What are you talking about?
That's because they are definitely committed to the ground game. But I'm saying the Eagles defense.
Last game they stunk running it.
I know. I said committed. I didn't say good.
Side bet. Cooper Rush throws for over 275.
I was gonna say let's do a Cooper prop. Let's do a Cooper prop.
He does not throw for over 275. Not the Eagles front 4 are going to get to him. He's not going to throw for over 275. Hey, wait, and this game is hold on.
It's in Philly because Jeremy just asked me if I wanted to go.
Yeah. Oh, no.
I want to go to the Steelers one because we're actually going to beat up on them.
You're going to murder us by 60.
I might go.
I'm going to that. You should go to that.
I think I'd rather go to that than the Cowboys one, honestly. I don't want to see
Why?
Cooper
The
Rush play. He
Cowboys one will
sucks.
be an actual game.
But I want to see people from Western Pennsylvania cry. So
Yeah.
I don't know. That you'll just see them mad and drunk at this point. I think
I
they
don't want
just
to see
realize how
Parsons
bad they are.
hurts though.
okay, sorry,
Also fair.
baseball. Dodgers, Padres.
Yes. No,
No,
Braves,
Phillies, Braves.
Oh, sorry, I skipped over that. I apologize.
Braves are in Philadelphia for game
Big
3
fan.
tomorrow. The Phillies are the favorite, minus 127, the odds there. Justin, who do you have? The
Phillies,
series is
dude.
tied 1-1 at the moment.
Yeah, because I'm the biggest Phillies fan that there is. Obviously, watched every game of the playoffs so far. And and yeah, I think they have Nola going. Nola on the bump. Is Strider, who we're pitching against?
It might be Strider, and if it's
Then
Strider, that's
probably
really
a problem.
tough.
But
Yeah.
that place is going to be rocking.
Oh, it's gonna be
It is.
awesome.
It's
No
going to be
playoff
insane.
baseball.
Yeah.
Honestly, Atlanta, I've been watching every game. It's been kind of dead. Like, even when they were coming back in that game 1, their comeback was kind of like dead. And then even, I don't know, I felt like yesterday it wasn't crazy. It's going to be nuts in Citizens Bank. So I
Yeah.
think they're going to, it's the atmosphere, going to be an atmosphere win, get the win here, win the next one as well. 3-1, nice little gentleman's sweep and get on home.
It's hard for me to pick against the Phillies here, especially because when you think about like the rivalries in the NL East, the Phillies have always hated the Mets, but people forget that in like the late 90s into the early 2000s, the Braves with Chipper Jones coming into that stadium, them chanting Larry at him, chanting his first name, they hated Atlanta. And now that Atlanta's good again, that hate is definitely
still
renewed. But I think that the Braves just have too much here, especially with Strider. If Strider's the one going, I don't have the matchup in front of me, but if Strider's going, he's a strikeout machine. And I think that the Phillies are also a strikeout machine sometimes. And if they're swinging for the fences with everything with Hoskins and Schwarber and Harper, I think they're going to be sat down quite a bit.
It would be nice if
'cause
Schwarber could hit like anything would be good.
any contact. Yeah. No, but I think Strider's not a ground ball guy. He's just going to sit you down. So I'm going with the Braves here for that reason there. I just think they have better players. But Philadelphia, like you said, the atmosphere is going to be insane. MJ, what do you got?
I have followed zero baseball this year.
Heck yeah.
So I'm going to go with the Phillies.
Man after my own heart. Did you hear
Ryan
what I
has
said,
also gone with the
MJ? I
Phillies.
won our league.
Wait, your
Next
fantasy
game.
baseball?
I won our fantasy baseball league without watching it. I watched one game
Wow.
in person.
Was Kevin in this league?
Yeah,
Of course, so was
Ryan, and
Oh my God, so people
Anthony
that actually
Cole.
care about
People
baseball.
that care
got
about baseball.
dominated.
I literally, so they invited me in, and they literally invited me in as like an easy win. And I said, I'm going to be top 3 in this league, first of all. And then I said, I'm going to win this league, and then I'm going to cut baseball's head off and put it on a stake at the front of our village to warn other baseball fans not to come. And that's what I did. I won the league.
Dodgers minus
One
104 at the Padres.
Sweet $120
Game 3.
back to Justin.
Game 3, Dodgers minus 104. The Padres evened up this series, and I'm rolling with the Padres here. I think that they're going to take another one here at home. They're going to make it way tougher on the Dodgers. We know that the Dodgers have had some postseason choking experience in the past. Even though they are far and away the best team in baseball this year, I think that the Padres pull this one out at home.
I'm
Justin,
going.
who do you got?
Oh, wow.
Oh, sorry,
Wow.
MJ.
Just
Go
cut me
ahead.
off. No, I'm just going. I was listening to them talk about that game today, and I'm going Dodgers. I think the Dodgers just have they're the new Yankees. They have way too much money invested, way too much firepower. I'm going Yankees. And I think like they've dominated the Padres over the past X number of years, correct?
I wouldn't say dominated, but they've had their number a lot of times. Justin, you also have the Dodgers?
Yeah, I mean, as the preeminent baseball mind in our group,
Oh my God.
yeah, the Dodgers are the team to beat here, and that's who I'm picking.
That's great. That was great analysis right there.
Thank you.
Ryan
Yeah.
also has the Dodgers money line. Astros minus 152 at the Mariners. Again, game 3 here. Mariners are down 2-0. They're
Shouldn't
kind of the
be.
team I'm following now since the Cardinals got bounced.
Oh, who
I'm
bounced
gonna,
them?
Phillies.
that would be the
Sweep,
Philadelphia Phillies.
Clean sweep.
Okay,
I was at one of those
because
games.
I wrote to you and you never.
I was at one of
responded.
those games.
They didn't even have a
I
chance.
was at I was at game 1 when we were up 2-0 going into the 9th, and we
And
lost.
then they scored 6 runs in the night.
6 runs, sir. 6 runs. It was great.
And you
I'm
got to
going
watch
with
those 3 sad guys walk off the field. That was great.
Yeah, there's
I'm
old
going with the M's
geriatric.
here. I think the Mariners are not going to get swept here, and especially at home. They've got that destiny feel to them, and they just need to get reignited at home here. I think they beat the Astros. Although Yordan Alvarez has been a freak of nature.
I was going to say their destiny got launched into the second deck
into Houston's sky. Yeah.
In game
Did you,
one. That's over.
Astros, man. Did you
Me
see
too.
Mattress Mac?
No.
Oh,
10
did he? What
million-
did he put
10
down?
million on the Astros to win the World Series. 72 million payout, be the highest in U.S. sport betting.
That's one of those few guys that 10 million is pocket change.
What kind of odds did he? That's a weird odds that he got on. the
Ryan is
Astros.
also going with the M's here. That they win at home.
I don't know
In
if I
the
can
final
trust
one
your
here-
2 baseball minds after you lose to Justin in fantasy.
This
So
game,
clearly the Astros win this one.
this game was rained out, so there's only been one game so far. The Yankees leading that series. Yankees minus 135 at the Guardians. All of us except Ryan have gone with the Yankees here, and I think it's pretty safe to understand why, and that's because ball go boom. I mean, this team has just been absolutely launching it. They're able to pour runs out on this.
They're so good
on any team.
They're so good.
And also, I read an article by the St. Louis Post-Dispatch that was like, yeah, the 2 Cardinals that have been sent to the Yankees are like crushing it now in New York. And I was like, yeah, that's good for them.
Look
so
at
Harrison
all the
Bader
pieces
and
they
Matt
picked
Carpenter have
up
been
last
great.
year. Look at
Yeah.
all the pieces they picked up last year at the trade deadline. Oh, that guy's washed up. Oh, that guy's washed up.
No,
What?
look, they're killing it.
That's when the
would
Cubs
be
had
gross
their
if we-
fire sale.
Yeah, well, yeah, Rizzo's been incredible.
He's doing
but
great.
I think I would hate to see a Yankees Dodgers World Series.
Yeah,
but
oh my
Ryan's
gosh,
got the
that would be
Guardians here.
terrible.
Do you know how good for baseball it would be? Though?
Yeah, the
Like
teams that
Yankees,
spent the
Dodgers.
For
most
sure,
money got
for
to
sure.
the World Series. That's incredible.
Yeah, and the best players. Aaron Judge, by the way, he headed my fantasy team, making me the preeminent baseball mind in our group. So, and Kevin was all when I drafted him. I took MJ. I'm such an idiot. The only reason I joined this league was so that this would happen, so that I could just troll. And I saved all of the messages. I went back and screenshotted them. Kevin said like, you picked Aaron Judge. He's a strikeout machine.
He
And
is
I'm
a
like, yeah,
strikeout
but
machine,
he's
just
gonna
not
get a
this
bunch of
year.
home runs. And then he's like bats like 315. Sets records.
Okay, in my defense, look at his past years and look at his stats. It's not like that comment was unfounded.
But when you're
It just so happens he's like, I'm going to be the AL MVP this year.
when you're a baseball mind like me,
Oh,
you look
shut up.
forward.
Shut up.
predict.
You're not Nostradamus. Get
All
out of here.
right, first NHL game.
Yeah, so we got
NHL
3
game.
NHL games here on the slate tomorrow. And currently the Flyers are murdering my NHL parlay. First one of the year. Thank you. Montreal at Detroit. The Red Wings have done a lot this offseason. They've added a lot of pieces. David Perron from St. Louis.
Kevin, I can't believe
MJ.
you're ready to get hurt again.
I'm always ready to get hurt again, but in all seriousness though, like the change from last year to this year is definitely very visible. There's a lot of new names on there. You've got Raymond and Sider coming back. You've got Soderblom being drafted. Really great young talent there. I think that the Red
Soderblom.
Wings are going to look a lot better this year. And going against Montreal, their first game at home, I think this is a pretty good one for Detroit. So I'm actually going Wings money line here. But Justin, you like the Wings even more. You've got them at
Yeah.
-1.5.
Sloterbomb sounds like a racial slur for a Swedish person. And Wings -1.5. The reason I'm picking them is because Montreal might be the worst team in the NHL. They're so
Yeah, it's
trash.
pretty bad.
And
pretty bad.
Detroit got
Wow,
better, so I
your
think
Delco just slipped out of your mouth there. Good
Did it
Lord.
happen?
That was so trash.
So
See?
trash.
That's so funny. I told you that, right? That like when I was for work, when I had like first started my job, I was saying something on our Zoom and this guy came on. He's like, "Are you from Philadelphia?" And I was like, "No, I'm from like, Central PA." And he's like, "You have the heaviest Philadelphia accent I've ever heard." And I was like, "I definitely don't." But now I've been told a couple times that I have a
Yeah, your
little
Delco definitely comes out
bit- little
sometimes.
Delco.
Yeah. But yeah, you got Wings -1.5, mainly because Montreal's trash, you're
Because
saying?
Montreal's trash. Yeah. I think the Wings are
Yeah.
going to be fine this year, though. I won't troll you on that
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
Mostly because the
MJ,
Flyers suck.
you got our boys. You got our Motown boys here.
Yep. I'm ready to get hurt again.
Ryan's also got the Red Wings money line. So Wings all across the board. The next one, Tampa Bay at Columbus. This game, yeah, it's just hard not to bet for the Lightning, especially because they haven't given you any reason not to yet. Tampa Bay is the favorite, -179, but all of us have them -1.5. We think that they're going to win by 2 goals or more here across the board. And for me, I think that always comes down to Vasilevsky. I think he's just going to keep the puck out of the net. So then Tampa Bay is just going to have much more time of possession. They're going to net more goals. That's just kind of how that's going to go, I think.
I hate the way that hockey and baseball, for this matter, lines are like with the Lightning, like -1.5 is way better odds than money line. But then sometimes you'll
So
get
much better.
Sometimes you'll get like +1.5 for like -275 or something crazy.
Yeah.
It's just like sometimes it's just not worth betting. And I don't think like the 179 is worth betting money line. So I just went 1.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also I think but don't you kind of agree that the Tampa Bay Lightning could net more than
Yeah, I
2
think so.
goals? Yeah.
I don't really know much about Columbus. I don't really follow hockey that much anymore anyway, but I know the basics. And the Lightning good. It's the basic.
Blue team good.
Yeah. MJ.
All right.
Anything?
MJ's got
Blue team good. That's
Good.
You guys are great. This is great analysis. I really appreciate this.
I don't like
New York
hockey, Kevin.
Rangers. New York Rangers at Winnipeg. Winnipeg -125. We've all gone.
Kevin,
with
you'll
the
notice
Rangers
that my
here.
picks are the exact same as yours.
We're going with the Rangers money line here. Well, actually, I have Rangers -1.5. Yeah, I think I keep getting confused. Line A is with the Blue Jackets now, right? Not Winnipeg. Yeah. I mean, Winnipeg doesn't have the team, I think, that's really as good as everybody says. And I think the Rangers are going to be a sneakier team in that conference. So going with the Rangers -1.5. Justin and MJ and Ryan, y'all have the Rangers money line.
Rangers money line. Perfect. Do we want to do locks or do you have any other? Because I have a not big card, but I have some plays.
No,
Quick
I'm just playing
rapid fire ones.
MJ, and I'm telling you this now, MJ, go ahead and bet my entire card, including the baseball and hockey games. Put them all down. All of them.
$50
$5
on all
each.
of them.
Shut up.
So wait, $5 on each?
I'll probably need to send you more.
I was gonna say that might be wildly impossible
Couldn't be
because
me.
I'm gonna text your bookie right now and ask him, but
Yeah, anyway, Kevin, you psycho. Kevin's like, commit a felony for me.
What?
While MJ's looking at that, just my card.
I'm looking at my text messages. I just want that noted.
Yeah. NFL wise, Vikings -3.5. They're saying Skylar Thompson's going for the Finns again. Skylar Thompson sucks butts. So that means that the Vikings -3.5. I have
Again, A+ analysis from our boy Justin.
yep.
Kevin,
I
the
have-
bookie says you're $20 short to make that happen.
All right.
I have the Bucks -8 versus the Steelers because the Bucks are disappointing, but the Steelers suck butts.
The Bucks aren't disappointed. They finally have their entire offense back.
Yeah, but they almost blew it to the blew it to the Falcons and Chargers.
So stupid.
Chargers -4.5 versus the Broncos because the Broncos suck butts. College football. I have Ole Miss -15 at home against Auburn, Kansas +9 at Oklahoma. I don't know how Oklahoma's favored by 9 when they just got waxed by 49 against Texas.
What?
I wish it could be my lock, but Ryan had it first, so I'm going to let him have it. But I'm going to be hammering that to a near irresponsible but still responsible amount. NC State +3.5 at Cuse. That's going to be a fun game. Wisconsin -8 at Michigan State. I think that's my lock. Let me just go back to it because Michigan State is.
MJ, has my
the
bookie
worst.
reached out to you that $20 has been sent over?
And I'm going to keep going. That wasn't my lock. Florida -2.5 in the swamp versus LSU because I don't trust Brian Kelly anymore. I trusted him when he was with.
Thank you. Thank you. For once, you're finally on the Brian Kelly's not God train.
He was God at
God.
Notre Dame, but now
Shut
he's not.
up.
Clemson -3.5 in Florida State because they seem to be doing a little bit better now. UNC -7. That's my lock. UNC -7 at Duke. Every time I make them my lock, they win. And USC plus 3.5 at Utah. I think that's just going to be a fun game.
USC's not favored in that game?
Nope. Given 3.5 points to them.
There's got to be something that we don't know.
I mean, it's in
Like
Utah,
Oklahoma,
night
Kansas
game.
is half their team must be getting arrested as they're walking into.
I
the
have no
arena.
clue what's going on.
What is that nonsense?
That backup quarterback was so good last week.
I wouldn't go so good. He had 3 wide open blown throws, but
True. Either way. But yeah, and then my locks, obviously UNC -7, Vikings -3.5. Now I'm done. Anyone
So
else? have
I'm
any
dumb. I just
plays?
realized that I made a lock of the week different pick than my game of the week. So I'm going to amend my game of the week here.
no,
real quick.
you can make 2 different picks in the same game.
Are they
I
opposites?
can, but like
No, he took the over and then he took Arizona -2.5.
Arizona
Oh, yeah,
minus
that's
two and a
fine.
half.
That's
Yeah, you
fine.
can
Okay. All right.
No, it would have been
Um,
dumb if you had lock -2.5. and then
Yeah, no kidding.
Plus 2.5.
Seahawks
Plus
That
two and a
would've
half.
looked bad.
Plus two and a half.
Or you had like the Seahawks money line. That would have looked really bad.
Sometimes you got to do it.
Justin,
both
your
ways.
your locks. You said you have UNC -7. What's your NFL?
Vikings -3.5 because they're playing the Dolphins with Skylar Thompson.
Yeah, that's fair. I've got the Kentucky over 49 as my lock.
Oh my gosh,
I think
Kevin.
again
And
that's
put
that's good.
Kentucky.
I didn't put Kent State. I put Kent.
Who puts Kent?
Kent.
Well, who's gonna assume it's Kent State, MJ?
Because most normal people put UK.
If you look at some of my lock bets that I've had, it's safe to assume it could be Western Michigan +10.5. There's some wild ones in here.
Yeah, but I got the Kentucky over there. I think that's going to be a lock. And then Arizona -2.5. I again, it's one of those lines where it's under 3. I think it hits. So, MJ, what are your locks?
I took PSU +7. I think they're going to play Michigan very close. Again, I think the big thing now is Penn State having a dominant running game again. They can hold on to the ball longer. Of course, it's all going to come down to Clifford, as it always does. But also with Michigan not having still that dominant of a quarterback presence. And then my NFL lock of the week, I took Chiefs money line because, again, he's only been the underdog one time at home, and it was his first start. Also, he mentally owns the Bills, and the Bills are still missing 3 key pieces on defense.
Fair. Ryan's locks for the week. He's got Kansas +9 for his college lock, which that's pretty good.
That's the one I wanted.
Yeah, it's just I don't.
Yeah.
How is Oklahoma getting 9?
Dude,
I don't understand.
yeah, Oklahoma's rough. I
They're so
actually had
bad.
them.
They
I
got
had
a
them
40
being-
burger put on them.
I had them being like a contender there for the Big 12, and they are just
Oh, everyone did.
and-
I don't think anyone expected them to be that bad.
yeah. And then he's got the Bengals -1.5.
Who are the Bengals playing?
That's a great question.
I want to say the Browns, but I'm not sure. Let me
Hold
look real
on,
quick.
I've got it. New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Okay, I could see that.
Yeah, I can see that too.
I could too. It's in New Orleans, but I could still see that.
It depends if they play Andy Dalton. They've been.
By the way,
elite.
how is it
the
possible?
Red Rocket.
How is it possible the Bengals have a worse offensive line this year than they did last year?
Poor
How?
Joe Burrow.
Can you imagine Burrow behind like the Cowboys line? Hey, we're gonna
Or
give
the
you
Eagles.
We're gonna give you 6 seconds to throw the ball. How's that sound?
Yeah, he'd look
Yeah.
as good as Cooper Rush.
Stop.
Dude, I'll
Just
tell you this
stop.
though. Curtis Samuel, I feel so bad for that man because he's got no one to get him the ball. And he's on my fantasy team, and it's sad.
Hey, Carson Wentz.
I also don't blame that
Is
completely on
terrible.
Baker.
Matt Rule, no, he's been terrible. Don't get me wrong, but Matt Rule was not meant to be an NFL coach, and that organization
No, I
as a
agree.
whole is terrible.
I think Matt Rule is going to go back to the NCAA and be great.
No,
Oh,
he
he'll
could-
dominate.
I think he'll be a good college
I think
coach.
he's gonna take the. I think he's either gonna go Oklahoma or Wisconsin.
I don't
He
think they're
should
going to fire
absolutely
Venables.
take Oklahoma.
Who? Oklahoma?
Yeah,
Yeah, they are. Are you kidding me?
I think they're going to.
Dude, this was not expected. I think Venables is going to get a lot of flack.
Well, Oklahoma should
My
be
lock
pissed at
of
Lincoln
the year
Riley
is that
for
Venables
sucking
gets
half
fired
the
the
team.
day after the season.
I
My
mean, yeah,
lock of
that's
the
fair.
year.
Lincoln Riley
I'll
stole
side
half
bet
the
you
team,
that.
but
Yeah, Lincoln Riley took
Um,
half their team.
Dude, nobody wants
Yeah.
to play for a defensive coach. Nobody. That has
Eh.
no. You if you're going to be a defensive coach, you have to have an OC that can draw up amazing offenses. Saban's a defensive minded coach, has amazing offensive coordinators.
The weird thing
yeah, that's
is,
fair.
the weird thing is in the beginning of the season, Oklahoma's defense actually looked like good. But I think it was just because they played trash teams, but it did look good to start for sure. And it
Yeah.
has made a precipitous
Justin, we're
drop.
getting you a T-shirt made that says "They look good." ... They play trash teams.
They play- to be fair, they played absolutely no one. Yeah, they
No,
lost-
the t-shirt needs to say they look good, ... but they suck butts.
yeah. So actually, I'm looking back at it. The teams that they played, they looked good against UTEP, Kent State,
Texas
Kent
El
State.
Paso. Hey,
Kent
there you
State,
go.
who Georgia didn't look
The
good
Golden
against, so
Flash.
who knows? They looked good against Nebraska, and then they ended up losing 41-34 to Kansas State, 55-24 to TCU, and 49-0 to Texas. So they're
That
due
Texas game
for
was
another
gross.
shellacking.
By the way,
Oh,
Texas
that's
is back.
gross.
I'm saying it. I'm saying
They are
it.
back. They are back. I think they're back too.
That kid getting hurt. I forget his name, but the
Quinn
kid getting
Ewers?
hurt. Yeah, getting hurt during the Alabama game. That's
They would have
what's-
won the Alabama game.
I think they absolutely would've won
Exactly.
that
They're
Alabama
back.
game.
They're back. All right,
They're-
boys.
they're-
Good cast.
yeah.
Good picks. Everything's in there. So good luck to everybody this weekend with all
make
the
some money.
games. Let's make some money. All right. Thank you for listening.